So looking at the glutathione cycle as related to red blood cell metabolism, um, here we're not here to talk about in depth on how the cycle goes about. All right, what we are here to discuss is we're here to discuss about how this cycle actually works is useful to the red blood cell. All right, so that's just how we're going to break down the thing. So glutathione cycle as a red blood cell pathway, like a pathway for generating what energy for the red blood cell. All right, so we have several images of the glutathione pathway. Okay, several images of the glutathione pathway. But here we are here to talk about the importance of this pathway or cycle to the red blood cell. Okay, so red blood cells actually need to be protected against the effect of free radicals, hydrogen peroxide, and other highly oxidative materials. And why do you need to protect them? You need to protect them because you need to maintain a membrane integrity and functional activity. All right. So, you know the red blood cell. I didn't actually bring a picture of the red blood cell, but there's a way the shape of red blood cell is. That's a biconcave shape. All right. And for you to be able to maintain that shape, people don't know that a lot of maintenance goes down in that shape, right? Is it energy and this one, okay, to resist the effect from all those words, radio radicals, free radicals and all that. All right, so if there's any imbalance in any of these forces, it leads to a red blood cell breakdown. Okay, so in addition, hemoglobin has to be maintained in its functional state, and the steady production of met hemoglobin reverse to about what? Reverse to the deoxyhemoglobin. All right. Now, this deoxyhemoglobin is able to what? Combine reversibly with oxygen. All these things need to be maintained. Okay. So the major generator of reducing power within the red blood cell is a pentose phosphate pathway, which generates reducing power in the form of what? NADPH. Okay. So now GSH is important for protecting cells from oxidative damage by free radicals and the effect of what? Infection. I think this GSH they are talking about is the glutathione cycle. All right. So I think it's not supposed to be GSH. All right. In full, it should be the glutathione cycle because I know that the pentose phosphate pathway also generates reducing power, and the glutathione cycle too also generates what? Reducing power. Okay, it acts as a scavenging agent to protect the red blood cell from any toxic damage. All right, this cycle. Okay, so trying to look if the oxidative stress exceeds the reducing power of the red blood cell, it will lead to a breakdown of the red blood cell. Okay, so that's why we need all these cycles, the glutathione cycle to be specific. All right, so it will lead to intravascular hemolysis following denaturation of hemoglobin, which is precipitated at what? Haynes bodies and peroxidation of the red blood cell membrane. Okay, so resulting clinical features include, like, if there is a defect in the glutathione cycle now, it will result into acute intravascular breakdown of red blood cell. That's acute intravascular hemolysis, Haynes body hemolytic anemia, methemoglobinemia, and it actually depends on the nature of the oxidative stress and the size of the imbalance between the stress and the redox potential. Okay, so we've spoken about a lot of things, but in trying to connect this cycle to the red blood cell metabolism, we say that this cycle is actually useful for generating what? Detoxification agents that will basically help protect the red blood cell against what? Oxidative stress. All right, so that's how this glutathione cycle is useful to the red blood cells.